Alright guys, I might hear a couple fans just because I have another one. Alright guys, I might hear a couple fans just because... There we go, okay. Just because I have one sitting... It's a bit louder outside the room to pull the cooler air from the AC further into the room. But aside from that, we're going to get going here. We're going to do the game, or play the game we did last stream because I screwed up on making it where anyone could see that, so I had deleted that stream afterwards. And I'll go over what we had done and then go down the same path initially here. I'm going through it now.
Oh, perfect. That would be a delight. There it is.
The game is up. The screen, it's just loading in some, so the screen's black at the moment.
Yeah, I went through that door, and it won't let me pass. Because it will be. Okay. But yeah, as weird as that sounds, I guess that's what we're doing. What's in the middle door?
Yep, I'm getting my cord unwrapped here, so I'm to plug it in and use the controller in a second game. So yeah, on Friday we did Rogue Prince of Persia. They have actually done some major mapping and progression updates to it, like the mind map, which is kind of like where you need, what you should be doing to progress the story and unlock events and things, has been updated. We did do quite a bit as far as that goes. Alright, this is very weird. For this. There it goes. So, the only things that I cannot kind of re-go through are the events with some people for things, but I will discuss what happened. So for those who may not remember, because it's been a decent while since we've come back to this,
there's some more armor piercing ammo if you want it.
Oh, okay, we're back at the second boss here.
There's so many enemies, I fell down.
So Shaheen was the brother that we were saving that was in the Tower of Oblivion. In a second, I'll go back, once we die, and I'll go back through the path that we took to get here.
Okay. Ow. I may or may not have died. Well, fell down the middle. I thought this would take us to another area.
Yeah, so that's right.
Do I just gotta kind of dash through that?
audio log. We don't have shotgun. We don't have shotgun up there. The audio log from that.
Crap, I have little potions on me.
Okay, so that's so engineering controls upstairs. That's why we have to leave the downstairs here. Yes. Yeah. I added a.
Oh, okay.
My best reading.
I was nowhere near where I needed to be for that. So yeah, as you can see that we made it all the way up to the second boss, but
Yeah, I'll there we go.
the first boss was a different boss, and the areas after that were also.
Yep.
So our current objective was to free Shaheen.
That is exactly.
So past the first area, we had taken a slightly different route. So do I have any of these actually finished right now?
Also, turret problems. There's armor too.
So if you remember, we had a path, and we found out that we could get to the Tower of Oblivion if we had a lever to open up the aqueducts. So that was the first thing I'd already done that we can't do again. Is a Zeta in the first area of the Rune Village gives you the lever for that, and then you take that to the aqueduct. Then you take that to the Ruined Aqueducts, which means you have to go through the temple to get there. So then you go from the village to the temple. Or sorry, yeah, the village to the temple, the Ruined Aqueducts,
I beg you have one for me.
and then you go to the bathhouse, which is your first boss, and that is a new boss, which we'll be showing here in a second. And then in the tower, you find your brother, but you can't you need to find out how to free him. Alright, let's see, extra potion, random medallion. Start each run, 40 cinders, an additional medallion slot.
Even half trace
Here's the experience. Enter a new biome increases maximum health. So let me turn on the TV. I forgot I had that up so high. Reduces energy cost. Do I want to potion? Do I want to evade death? Oh, I have cinders, right. So, yeah. So then the Zeta gives you the lever. Then you go through the temple into the Ruined Aqueduct, where you activate it. And that then lets you go to the bathhouse, take on a new boss, and then face and then go to the Tower of Oblivion from there to find your brother. And then from there you go to the Flooded Garden, and we'll show all these new areas here in a second, guys. There was the original first boss's weapon. There's Ultan's bracelets from the second boss there. Or not the second boss, that's from the first boss is alternate. That's from the alternate first boss, and there's from the original first boss. Alright, let's see here. What do we got? 400? I don't want either of those things. Okay, Shaheen. The Tog ripped him apart. Perhaps Sukra could forge you something to balance the odds. Of course, bring me more cinders and I'll make you weapons that give the Huns nightmares. Perhaps Archie could dig up more medallions. And you can always meditate at the shrine and reflect on what skills you need to defeat Batard. Whatever it takes, I'll help you rescue Shaheen. Yes, rescue Shaheen. Thank you, both of you. Let me make sure the mic's unmuted. That's the Mithra's Oath. Clairvoyance. Okay. Start at the village to go down the path we did before on Friday. Alright, I don't really care for any of these weapons, but I'll go with a javelin. Okay, you're extra soul cinders. Let's avoid the bomb there. We'll head in here. Let's see, what do we got? Tool sharpener right, acceleration left, motion left. I had the left and right for the damage ones there, so basically why they have medallions that say left and right is if you have both the left and the right medallion, you get like an even bigger boost for them, for having the pair. So right here is a Zeta. This is the person that gives you the lever to turn the water on at the aqueduct. we still like have to go back through this. So yeah, there's a lever that she gives you. There we go. Now the trick is I have to hold on to this until we get to the aqueduct. So yeah, I'm not going to have a sidearm here for a while. That's just the pathing underneath her. That's where we need to go. Yeah, so that's the Grand Academy exit. That's the one we're going to actually be taking because it's the one that'll lead to the aqueduct. And the bathhouse, for that matter. And these big enemies like this are another one of the new things added after our last couple runs. Here and grab this chest. Even though I don't directly have AC in my room, like I said, I have like one extra fan pulling air into the room a little bit further. And I will have AC over the next couple days, so nothing to be that concerned about. Something bugging my eye out there. In case you might be wondering, but why if we already know the exit we're going to be taking and where it is, are we exploring the rest of the area? That's just simply for all of the money and the soul cinders to help us progress. the aqueduct. Alright, so see, the ruined aqueduct takes us up there, which will take us to the public baths. But the Tower of Oblivion is down here, so if we want to go to that, we have to go to the Grand Academy and then go to the tower. We can go to the aqueduct to the public baths at a second run and show you that boss. But that was something else we did. So we went to the aqueducts, activated the piping, and got access to Tower of Oblivion and also the public baths and the flooded gardens. But we have everything open up. We can use this to warp over to there quickly. I will definitely take like the Cestus, which is what I had, and the run that we continued on at the start here over this, or well, those were the Pauldra, they were like bladed knuckles, like they're much different. This is the Cestus. We get these bonuses that'll either give us souls, or either give us the soul cinders, or much nicer like that, they'll actually give us a bit of extra health. Almost got me there. And nice, there's some extra cinders. Knock open that door. Yeah, I was trying to hit the wall run button there to help with that. Alright, I do like both of those, but until we get this activated, although as much as I'd love to grab either of those weapons, I actually can't. Because I'm not going to be using the lever in this level. And these are the ones that usually unlock new blueprints and everything for you. Oof, that was my own mix up there. There we go. That did cost me a bit of health, but the blueprints. If I can't actually take that. I have to say, because I do like the bow and I do like the secondary weapons that do have some range to them. Come on, I was trying to dodge past that. Alright, well... Oh, come on. There we go, there's our elevator to unlock the level. Why he fell off of it, I don't know. Home technique isn't bad. Tool damage. Attack damage. Ah, I only have the 3 right now. Okay. Frickin' bomber. It's just the special one, yeah. That's just like the study where you find the first hint about his brother Shaheen. Medallion slot would be nice right now. Ooh. Gold, which means it's definitely a lot better. No, definitely. This corrupted spear is not bad, but I like the sword's speed a little bit more. And then they can also stun. Alright, medallion slots. We do need to go back there so that we can also return the souls before we continue on, so don't let me forget that, guys. This is more weapons. None of them are as high of a tier or quite worth it as the sword, as far as damage and speed go, in my opinion. weapon sharpener. I think we also found a clue about Shaheen going to the camp as opposed to the village at the start. So there's the outer ramparts. That would take us to the original first boss, Baru. Public baths here takes us to the new boss we unlocked. Ooh, nice, we got 3 medallion slots. So here we have Altan, a second, or not necessarily secondary, but a different path, different first boss you can take a path to. Prince, you've come to steal my. How is it that one as big as you, Altan, can keep getting the better of me? It is my superior bodily essence, invigorated by your precious Persian healing waters. I've become the ultimate form. So this isn't his initial lines because I've already faced him a couple times and beaten him once. The run that we started on with Batar was against him too. What do they say, Altan? The bigger they are, the harder they fall? You fell already, Prince, and you hardly made a splash. That's it, let's go. Darn it. So though I do find him somewhat easier than Baru, I do still have to kind of focus for him. There's Altan beaten. No, I was going to find a cure. I'm sorry, Tom, but you gave me no choice. From water I come, and to water I return. Wait a minute. You still can't use that quite yet. So there's the first new area. Public baths. Which is available after you go to aqueducts and use the lever. And now we are at another new area, the Tower of Oblivion. Ooh, medallion's not. I don't really care for the corrupted ones, as those have bad negative effects as well. Very careful with those guys, as they have a lot of area that covers. Opens up our path to get down below. I didn't want you to jump forward like that. Wrong button there. Let's check. Can't necessarily get up there. Nope, wrong. There we go. Damaging medallions on here with a corruption. Come on, I hit jump game. from over there. Wanted to take care of both of those guys before I examine that. And there's the exit to the flooded gardens. What we're told is that someone's in here is a mechanism or lever that will open the door for it. Ow. That's it for my potions this time around. I'm going to do it just because, like I said, I forgot, we're like not even on, we're on the path to take on the new boss and go to the tower here to find Shaheen, but this is not the way you have to go to use the lever. It might be needed, but at this point we kind of already, said screw that. Check out our map here. There is a path this way we have not completely explored yet. Here are the cells where we find them. Mother, you found it quick. Open the cells before the Huns come back. I'm working on it, Shaheen, but I wanted to know, what are you doing at the academy? Why weren't you with Mother and Father? Father said we had nothing to fear and that Mother would fend off the Huns with her army. I went to go study his usual book before we knew it. The Huns were everywhere. Please, brother, get me out of here. They've taken all the prisoners somewhere, and I fear that I'm next. So wait for a little longer, Shaheen. I'll be back. To get the cells open, I need to get the water flowing. With the water flowing, I need a lever to turn on the aqueduct. As data, I'll have a lever I can use. And that's where you specifically find where the lever is. Of course, I already figured like I didn't need the lever, so I've already given it up. But the lever's got to be used at the aqueducts, not down here, so... Alright, I should have done that a while. We're still much closer to this one than trying to run all the way there, or even to the location of the next spot here. Now for a second new area, or well, third, if you want to include the boss's area there, the Flooded Gardens. Pause that. Take a sip of water here. I also have a much smaller fan right by me blowing. It's quieter too, so I don't have to worry about that. I'm blowing air right onto me to help keep me just a little bit cooler. I'm still very much not comfortable though. It is very sweaty. Another medallion slot. So we have 2 more slots that we can fill now with medallions. I have both hone techniques. If we could find the ones for damage, I might grab those. Oof, I do like those daggers. The Punch Paladin, this is another really good one. I was using the Cestus before. Both of these are good. The double daggers I'd use more so, but what I have is still stronger. Oh yeah, so in here, we have fallen platforms again. And we have archers up on these posts. We have these plants here from the corruption. You can climb on them, but they're much like they are in any game with stuff like this. They will pull you up to try to eat you. You just get hit with like spike damage essentially, but it is still not pleasant. Ugh. And we have guys summoning these shadows and bugs here too. Fully upgraded weapon. You can tell because there's the sheen to those, and they don't look segmented like the poles are, so there are clear indications to them as well. Of course, the shadow creatures don't give you a damn thing. Freaking bugs. Oh, I can't really do anything but that. Really do not like these guys. Alright, I will use this. Oh, there's a path there. Alright, let's check this way first. Oh, that's right, I went up here instead of checking down. It's not saying for you to drop frickin' down off the pole. Come on. No, I don't want either of those. It's just annoying as I hit the thing to freaking dash and jump while running everything, and he just fell off and hit the freaking goddamn thorns. If we jump off of that in time. Ooh, yes, sharpener for weapon damage, definitely. Now, the fully upgraded sword, we might actually be able to beat Badar. Okay, that's the inner ramparts. Actually a bit of a long hike. Why did you climb on that, not hit the damn spikes? That was just a dead end. immediate next actual move before getting to him. Nice bit of extra health there, and we got 2 potions again. It is freeing Shahad even if we do beat him. Darn it. Oh, come on. Oof. Come on. No more potions right now, though. he got me there at the end. Fuck. Well, it's way further than I've ever made it, but I do have to feel that is due in part to having the sword upgraded as far as you can for damage. Let's see if we got any more turn-ins here. Ooh, one more of them. Alright, we don't have another point right now. What was it like growing up in the palace? Boring, stuffy, smelly in the summers. It looks like such a grand place to live. None of your parents forced you to stay on the grounds. We had gardens and orchards, but everything was surrounded by walls. I learned how to climb them as soon as I could. What would you do on the other side? Run until my legs couldn't carry me anymore. Alright, there's Ruthless Justice. Grab some more corrupted ones here. Go back through here to get the lever again. But we gotta go to the aqueducts instead this time. Beer. I'll take that. Some extra souls, not bad. I'm seeing that when you're in that elevated state from like movement and everything, you do a lot more damage. You knock their shield and health down a lot quicker. Oof, that's another weapon. Only a few points less, but sure, I'll take it. Critical fire, sure. Lighting enemies on fire when we do crits is very handy for helping damaging them faster. I don't know if we can just find where she is. Did we already come in here? I thought we did. Yep. I'll probably just start doing some of these as opposed to downloading them, as I'll just export them right over to the channel. That way I don't have to worry about taking room in my hard drive, which is part of the reason I hadn't been moving everything over, because I was running out of space to do it. Ah, there you are. Goodbye, Choco. I have to go without a sub-weapon for some time to... or at least another area or two, in order to advance this direction of the story. This is one game where you definitely feel it when you go without those sub-weapons. Although I haven't been using them. I guess because I've been getting used to just like having the lever here. Let's see what's in here. I like you and I like you. What is download murder? Oh, okay, yeah, that is definitely worth it. When killing one enemy, it stuns all the others nearby. Very handy for helping avoid damage. For helping avoid taking any damage, and crowd control, definitely. I was trying to catch the other one to get the momentum boost. Alright, let's see. Don't really think we can go anywhere there. We might just have to go past the Zeta. Yeah. The bow. Wish I could grab it. Ooh. I didn't realize we had a bomber sitting up there. Six. Fortunately, I can't grab you guys either. That is the thing that makes this the trickiest with it is you have to grab this lever from the very first area and carry it until that point. Use the rock on you. Man, that stun on kill is so nice. We gotta go with the lever, but I was sure we already did this. Oh, we just unlocked something in the Oasis. Interesting. I would be okay to wait to do that until after collecting everything from here, but just with how annoying the aqueduct is with some of these water ramps, I just prefer to do that now. Are you better? Yeah, you're bronze. Alright. It's like another weapon blueprint. I'm gonna say, please jump back up onto the... Back up onto the pole before you get hit by the spikes after your frames. Fire vial. That's a tool. Oof, no. Not for the negative I have to take with it for that, even for the little damage down. I'm not as big a fan of the sets as I am a couple other weapons. That's another door. Oh, I see that. Ooh, I'm not sure I'll be able to make that. Wait. Yeah, I'm going to do this part again just because I want to get that health. Be in better shape for this. Nice. I mistook the direction I was heading for. That's it. With the water flowing, I should be able to free Shaheen from the Tower of Oblivion. I'm counting on it about that. That takes care of that. I did do that before. But Apparently got to do that in one run. Ooh. Free slot. Are you better? No, you're the same. So nothing from you right now. And even the heal is worth grabbing right now. It would be more wasted than anything. Oh, you're tempting me with the bow again. Takes us to the outer ramparts. Just some tricks I learned. Figure out how to run back up these ramps. Still more this way, it seems. I just wanted to make sure there wasn't anything up top there that I was missing. Okay. Take on one of these two bosses either way. This is probably the one to go to so we can get to the tower though still. Been through this dialogue. Oof. That gets his one when they're done. The root is essentially a tiny bit easier. I'm holding on the sharpener. You know what? No, I really like having that stun. Oh, I could grab the saw, but oh well, I'll just grab the tool from the next area. So we should be able to do this now, as we have it activated in the same run. Going to wait, as in, too bad at the tower here. Oops. As I say, because I should be able to make it through the tower without having to worry about dying. Tool sharpener. That's not worth doing the ruler again until I have more slots. There's another interesting new mechanic, mist. I'll definitely take the heal. The spear's more damage. And if we get a chance, I'll try to get the spear upgraded. Just a lot of delay with this weapon with some of its spins and attacks. I'll be careful of that. Not done exploring up here just yet though. Okay. come on. I don't have homes. Alright, I don't really care for any of those when I don't have any extra slots at the moment. Fortunately, nothing else I really want from that. Alright, let's just make our way across here carefully. I'll stick to the bow. Garden. Haven't quite freed him yet, though. Those are not levels. Well, no, I don't think those are the levers. Those are platforms with items on them usually. Alright, so we gotta go that way to get to him. Either that or he could already be freed. Let's see. Shaheen corrupted. I saw Patar use Shaheen in an experiment to find a cure for the corruption. But it only resulted in him becoming corrupted himself. And that was him. The person with the root had captured. We did that, which leads to this. Open the water valve. Aqueduct. So there's something else that opening the cell does. I think we just gotta go check the cell. Oh, you found the Shaheen. Okay, yeah, there's the crane working behind it. So what gets you out? But do you know how to fight Hun's corruption? I'm not sure. I've never encountered it before. Nothing from your books can help resist it? Not that I know of. Just get me out of here, brother, and I can help you find whatever you need. Believe me, Shaheen, I'm working on it. Just be brave for now. Let's see what happens when we move this. Aha! That's what it is. It pools the water up top. And that switches the water wheel. Got it. I knew you'd rescue me, brother. If anyone could have, it's you. I'm glad you're safe, Shaheen, but let's not linger. We should head to the oasis behind Zagreus village. Come, I'll take you there myself. It's alright, brother. I can manage on my own. I just need a moment to gather my strength. You still have our city to save. Alright, but be careful, Shaheen. I don't want to lose you again. Again, but you haven't lost me yet, brother. Of course, you're right. Get to the oasis. I'll meet you there. Free Shaheen, done. So that activated, that's what this one was. That's the wheel behind the cell. And that's freeing it. Oops, that's not where I wanted to go. Did we already grab your health? Yes, we did. Alright, back to the flooded gardens we go. Potion back. Plus our health. And here we go with this again. What the fuck, game? Come on! There's no fucking way we're saving at this point. And you're just screwing me over every fucking chance. That kind of crap really annoys me. Get up there! Jeez. I swear, this is just screwing with me now after. Why will you not just frickin' activate shit? What the hell? And now I can't even get the fucking heal in the other goddamn slot. Game! Need that. Yeah, we'll take that over this right now. Critical poison, sure. Didn't even notice the rock there. Portion of that back, because I don't really want that one. It's only 1/3 out of 300 though, which is only 100, so better than nothing. Drop down. That one activated. Oof. Dagger, sure. Sticky kick, no. Corrupted one. No, corruptions usually come with a bad negative effect. In my opinion, at least, they're not worth grabbing unless you have a strategy for using them and outweighing the negative effects to make them better. Shot? Oof. Okay, no. That's not a shot. A medallion slot. Let's see here. Alright, this is the way to go. Ugh. That's my own fault there. just for the sole fact that he created shields on everything that I had to take care of, making it so I had to take care of him before I could take care of anyone else. I did think, or at least I thought, we had found an exit. Hopefully I can avoid his attacks enough to potentially beat him this time, but we'll probably stop right at him if we do beat him. You, Al-Batar, I heard you lost a captain. You, Prince of Persia. You still not last chance to find a cure for this corruption. A cure, but you're the one spreading it. No guy has let everything get too far out of hand. Neither Hun nor Persian is safe. No one is immune. It's too late now. I can't... Crap, that sapped so much damage out of me already. Nope. Shoot. I couldn't get around to it to climb it fast enough there. So this is going to be where we end it now, because it is now nearly 7:30. I know I usually go to at least 8 or 9, but I like to have a little more time than I had. Relaxation, plus I still gotta go feed my cat. We will collect our rewards, though. And if we have enough experience for another level, I will put a point on something before we close out too. I still gotta take you out 2 more times. Yeah, we do get a point. Or do have one, I should say. Nice. Let's talk to our brother here. Shaheen, you made it. What a relief it is to see you safe and sound. I'm so happy to see you too, brother. You saved me just before those stupid Huns could take me to Qatar. Well, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be out there saving the city? I am, Shaheen, but I suppose I cannot keep this secret any longer. My pendant keeps bringing me back here to the oasis. The pendant is magical? That's great. It can take us to Mother and Father, and not like that. When I die, it brings me to the last place I woke up. So here at the oasis. But I don't understand. You're saying you can't die? I'm sorry, Shaheen. I couldn't tell anyone. Father may have found out, and you know how he hates magic and how he thinks I'm not ready. And so when we saw you rush out to face the Huns alone, it was because you thought you could just do it over and over again? Mother thought they captured you. She led the entire army against the Huns to try and rescue you. Every time we thought you were in danger, it was just a game to you, wasn't it? I'm sorry, Shaheen, but I'm sure Mother is fine, and I should find Mother and bring her back here. I'm curious what that unlocks for us now. Brings us to their mother there, Therial. And we still have to beat Batar. I am a little annoyed that Shaheen doesn't quite understand that this wasn't a game and that we never took it as one. Unlock that weapon. And we'll use that to give us another extra weapon, or another extra main weapon. So we could do the seal, which I think is what I was planning to do with getting this here. Grab that. A third potion would be nice, but what else can we do? Experience. Yes. I want to grab that experience as well. So now I have it switched up where we can survive death once, and we get extra experience to help unlock more of those abilities, which in the long run are actually a little more useful than the Soul Senders. But due to the time, and the way the stream has been going, I am not going to continue the stream past this point. Have some things to do, want a little more time to relax, and because this is all going to be just people watching in post, I'm going to call it here. I showed off the lever, where you use it to free your brother. Altan, the second, or can't say a second boss, the other first boss that you can take on. We've seen Batar quite a bit. We've seen what happens if you don't free your brother when you get to Batar, and what happens after you get to free him. And then speaking, we also seen the scene when you free your brother, and the scene when you get back here to the oasis after freeing him. And now our next objective, it looks like, is to find their mother, Therial. I should probably still go and get Root's other two defeats down for that bounty claim. Other than that, though, we're calling it here, guys. Thank you for all who may have joined or watching down the road. And remember to support by following and showing up. Don't ad block, so ads can help build some revenue for me. Not to mention support, subscribe, or sub if you want to help support the stream as well. I shall try to stream tomorrow. I might stream, well, yeah, I'll definitely try to stream a little earlier because it's It's the last day before I go back to work, so I try to stream that day earlier in the day so that we have more time. But I'll probably only go to about 8 o'clock if I do. So I'll catch everybody later. Have a good day or good night, and we'll see you tomorrow.